I've lived in America all my life. I've grown up wearing American clothes, reading American books, and going to American schools. It wasn't until I went to visit other countries when I saw how heavy of an influence America is in how I conceptualize ideas, perceive events, and live my daily life. One instance especially made me very aware of my American perspective. When I was younger, I liked to explore around my neighborhood. I liked to climb trees and crawl around in the grass. One day I decided that the stormwater drain looked particularly interesting and decided it'd be a good idea to crawl into it. I expected a drop of maybe 3 or 4 feet, but I ended up falling maybe 50 feet into a large pile of leaves and yard debris. One thing that Americans aren't taught is that we really shouldn't try everything we see on television. When I woke up, I expected to be pretty deep in the dark drainage system, but I found myself surrounded by mole people. Absolutely nothing in American media alluded to the existence of mole people, and the only encounters I'd had with homeless people before were on the streets. People frequently write stories and film documentaries about mole people, but my lenses had been muddied by the blind eye that is cast by the entities that inform my nationality. No one or thing had ever prepared me for this, so I had no idea what to do except what was common in my culture. I smiled and tried to shake their hands. The mole people were taken aback by this and reacted with disgust and annoyance. I didn't know the social customs of the mole people and made the mistake of using my existing concepts and approaches to interacting with others, instead of being perceptive to what was culturally acceptable. One of the mole people grabbed me by the shoulders and stuck his tongue in my mouth and licked my hard palate. I, of course, was taught to be very wary of strangers and immediately labeled him as a pedophile. It wasn't until subsequent visits when I truly understood their culture, customs, and way of life. My first visit ended with great feelings of fear and violation. The subsequent visits I left feeling refreshed with a new outlook on the world that I took with me wherever I went. I learned to understand the limits of looking at things from an American perspective and made it a habit to approach things on broader terms. I understand now that when I approach new situations, I should do so with a fresh set of eyes instead of doing things the way I feel is right. I learned to see how greeting certain people with a handshake would be like licking the roof of an American's mouth. It made it much easier for me to see my lens as an American.